Welcome to the Big 12 Insiders, your Big 12 sports show. Here's your host, Brien Hanley.
Hey, good people, what's going on? It's your man, Big B, Brien Hanley. After the games, this is Sunday. I just came up with, what are Big B's thoughts? What's going on here inside the Big 12? And, I compiled some stuff together and I was going to talk about this and that. And, the main thing that I really wanted to come across and just talk to you guys about today is just, I think yesterday was the worst thing that could have happened to the Big 12 as far as the college football playoff. That sucks. You know me. I'm a pretty positive guy, especially when it's talking about the Big 12, but I'm also a real and I'm an honest guy. And I thought yesterday was the worst situation for the Big 12 as far as trying to get multiple teams into the college football playoff. So I'll get into that before we do. Remember to like, follow, subscribe, continue to get in the comments, and always hit the notification bell so you know when Big 12 Insiders content comes out. But here's the scenario. Look, I'm not trying to rain on anybody's parade, especially BYU, because me and so many other people around the country keep doubting this team, and all they keep doing is winning. So kudos to them for continuing to prove all of us wrong, man. It's incredible. That game last night was a great game, by the way. Utah doesn't have anything to be ashamed of. But Texas Tech losing to Arizona State is a problem. Now, I know Arizona State fans are going to get in the comments and be so upset. It has nothing to do with your football team, of me thinking that you're not any good, because if you pay any attention to this channel at all, you know that I think that Arizona State is good. I said it all year. I think they're good. Just because you got whipped by Utah, and you did, doesn't mean you weren't a good football team. And yesterday proved that you're a good football team. You took it to Tech. Period. End of story. But for the Big 12, Tech needed to win. And Tech needed to run the table. Because let's just break all of this down, and you can either agree or disagree. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say in the comments. But here's the scenario. The top two of the conference are BYU and Cincinnati, both undefeated. Well, that's not going to last because both of those, they play each other. So somebody's going to lose, clearly. So there can only be the possibility of one undefeated team. Only one can that happen, because the cannibalism within the conference is naturally going to happen. You play each other. Okay. Let's just say BYU goes undefeated. That means they would beat Tech again, so Tech would be out. Okay. If Cincinnati goes undefeated, okay, we can see that. But then what happens? Who ends up playing in the Big 12 championship game? That's the big thing, because BYU plays Tech. So it's just that's the whole thing. It's like everybody plays each other, and it's unfortunate, but it's just the way that it worked out this year. Now, let's just say that if Tech doesn't get in, let's just say Arizona State runs the table and somehow Tech doesn't get, because, the Big 12 tiebreakers are just these easily figured out things. I mean, we all know that's not true. It's like you can figure out a damn Rubik's Cube before you can figure out the tiebreakers of the Big 12 and how all that works. Having said that, Arizona State runs the table, they get in, and a BYU gets in. Tech is not making it. The only way, here's the thing, and I know this is going to piss off Red Raider fans, but I think the ones that actually understand won't be pissed off. You can only make the college football playoff if you win the Big 12. That's it. And the reason why is, and you know it, is because of what you did in the non-conference schedule. You should be ashamed of yourself. Look, the Big 12 already has a legitimacy problem. Whether it's real or not, perception is reality. People already perceive the Big 12 to not being as good as the Big 10, the SEC, and a lot of people don't think it's as good as the ACC. Okay, fine. But then you don't challenge yourself at all in the non-conference schedule. Well, what are people supposed to say about that? Because you know they're going to hold that against you. And that's the whole thing. They were going to hold that against you. Let's just say you ran the table. They were going to hold that against you when it came to seeding anyway, and you know it. And the College Football Playoff Committee has already told us, on the field stuff doesn't really matter to them. We saw that last year. They put SMU in because they made the ACC championship game, and BYU didn't make the Big 12 championship game because of tiebreakers, even though BYU went to SMU and won and had a better resume. That didn't, I mean, literally, the resume didn't matter. On the field did not matter to the College Football Playoff Committee. They didn't care. So you already know that going in. You don't challenge yourself, and now you have a loss. And if you don't win the Big 12, you're not making it because they will crucify you on your strength of schedule. And I think we all know that. Arizona State can't get into the college football playoff without winning the Big 12. You could say they could run the table. But if, however it works out, if they don't make the college football or the Big 12 title game, and they don't win it, they're not getting in. Why? Because they have 2 losses. And one of those losses happens to be to Mississippi State. Now, at the time, it looked like Mississippi State might be a good football team. But that loss gets worse and worse by the week. And if you look at Mississippi State's schedule, maybe they win one more game. Maybe. But more than likely, Mississippi State's going to end up a 4-win football team. And you lost to them, you better win the Big 12, otherwise you're not making it. That's just the reality, unfortunately. It's just the reality, man. And as much as I think it sucks, the ACC is in a much better position to get 2 teams in. And it isn't because I think that the ACC has a better conference. I don't. But what the ACC, how it's turned out for them this year, is that the top 4 teams in their league, they don't play each other down the stretch. The Georgia Tech, it's basically 4 teams, Georgia Tech, Virginia, Louisville, and Miami. Well, Louisville just beat Miami, but none of the rest of them play. And Virginia beat Louisville, but they don't play each other down the stretch. So they could all literally run the table. And if they do, 2 of those teams are going to get in. It's just the way it's going to work. It's going to suck, but that's what's going to happen, people. I don't like it. I don't think it's fair, but maybe it is fair. I don't know. If you challenge yourself in the non-conference, then maybe it doesn't matter. And that's my whole fear about BYU. BYU can't slip up. Because if BYU slips up, you better win the Big 12. Because if you don't, and you have 1 loss, just 1, you're not making it. Because you didn't challenge yourself in the non-conference. It's just reality, people. Again, I don't have to like it. You don't have to like it. But if we're all being honest, you know that on this channel, if I'm nothing, I'm honest. You don't have to agree, and a lot of you don't agree a lot of the time, and it's fine. But honesty is always going to rule the day for me. And the bottom line is they don't think that we're good to start off with. We give them reasons by not challenging ourselves enough in the non-conference, and then we cannibalize ourselves. And because of that, this is where we sit. In the cannibalism, I can deal with that because that just means we play good football within the conference and it's ultra competitive. I don't have a problem with that because other conferences, if we're doing the same thing, that's what they say. Oh, it's just a really competitive conference. Big 12, nobody's any good. Until we prove them otherwise, we don't have a leg to stand on, unfortunately. And again, it sucks, but it is reality, people. It is reality. So let me know what you guys think, man. We got a long road. There's still a lot of football left, though, all over the country. So by no means is this set in stone. But as of today, this is just the way I see it. Could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Either way, I love you guys, man. That was great football day yesterday. We'll have a recap on Monday. Should be a good rest of the week. Still got some really good games next week too, people. So I will chit-chat with you guys later. You guys have a good one.
Thank you for watching the Big 12 Insiders, your Big 12 sports show. This has been a Spirit Street production.